Imagine that tomorrow morning, your salary goes up by 30%. You'd be happy, right? Now imagine that, a few months later, your car is more expensive, your house is bigger, your spending has gone up, and you find yourself in exactly the same place. More money, but not more freedom. That's exactly the trap Robert Kiyosaki describes in Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And here's the question that should make you think. If your salary stopped tomorrow, how long could you keep living normally? Because the real problem may not be how much you earn. It's what your money does after it lands in your account. Growing up, Kiyosaki says he was shaped by two father figures. His biological father represents what he calls his poor dad. The other is his friend Mike's father, his rich dad. Both men are intelligent. Both work hard. But they hold completely different philosophies about money. The poor dad basically thinks, work hard, get a good job, earn a good salary, and secure your future. The rich dad teaches him a different way of thinking. First, learn how money works. And that difference becomes fundamental. Imagine a young man. He's just finished his studies. He finally lands his first job, first paycheck. He's happy. He can pay his rent, buy food, go out with friends. Then something changes. He thinks, what if I lose my job? So he looks to earn more. He takes on more responsibility. He works harder. Then he gets a raise. But now, he wants a better car, a more comfortable house, better vacations, a more expensive phone. And gradually, his spending rises with his income. He's no longer just motivated by money. He's become dependent on his paycheck. This is where the famous idea of the rat race comes in. Picture a stick man on a wheel. He's running very fast, but the wheel is turning too. He's covering a huge distance without actually getting anywhere. His cycle looks like this. Work, paycheck, spending, debt, work. Then, work, raise, new, spending, new, debt. And the loop starts again. The trap is especially dangerous because it looks like success. The person has a nice car, a nice house, nice clothes. But behind that image, they have to keep working just to maintain it all. This is probably one of the most important ideas in this lesson. Say someone earns 2,000 euros a month. They spend 1,900 euros. Their salary then goes up to 3,000 euros. But their spending rises to 2,900 euros. They now earn a lot more. But their financial margin is still almost identical. And what if their lifestyle keeps expanding? 4,000 euros salary, 3,900 euros in spending, then 5,000 euros, 4,900 euros in spending. So the problem isn't income alone. It's the relationship between income, spending, and assets. Kiyosaki describes two powerful forces that shape our financial behavior: fear and desire. Fear says, if I quit my job, I risk losing my security. Desire replies, but I want a better car, a bigger house, a better life. So the person works more. They earn more. They spend more. And it starts all over again. The problem isn't having desires. The problem is letting fear and desire control every financial decision you make. This is where the rich dad philosophy gets interesting. Instead of only asking, how much will I earn? You also need to learn to ask, what can this experience teach me? Business skills, communication, sales, accounting, investing, entrepreneurship, money management, understanding assets. Because a skill can keep producing value long after you've left a job. Imagine two people. The first always picks the job with the highest salary. The second sometimes picks a lower-paying job that lets them gain an important skill. After several years, the first may have a high salary. The second has several skills. They know how to sell, negotiate, manage, communicate, understand the numbers, build a business, spot opportunities. And these skills can let them create multiple income streams. That's why Kiyosaki hammers one idea. Don't work only for money. Work to learn too. Here's the essential mindset shift. A person dependent on their paycheck thinks, how can I earn more? A person building wealth starts thinking, how can I use my money to acquire assets? An asset is something that can generate economic value or income. For example, a profitable business, certain financial investments, income generating real estate, intellectual property that generates royalties. The core idea isn't simply owning something. It's gradually building a system capable of producing value. Imagine two people carrying water. The first carries a bucket. Every morning, she has to walk to the river. She fills her bucket. She comes back. She uses up all the water. Then she has to go back to the river. Again. And again. And again. The second person does something different. She gradually builds a pipe between the river and her house. At first, it takes time and effort. But once the system is built, the water keeps coming. It's a metaphor for the difference between working for every dollar and building systems that produce value. And this is an important nuance. Kiyosaki's lesson doesn't mean never work. It means, rather, don't build your entire financial security around a single paycheck. A job can be extremely useful. It can provide income, skills, experience, connections, capital to invest. The problem shows up when your paycheck becomes the sole engine of your financial future. Now picture your character. He gets his paycheck, but instead of immediately spending everything he earns, he sets some of it aside. He learns. He invests. He develops a skill. He gradually builds assets. At first, almost nothing changes. Then something appears. His money starts making money. Then more. And gradually, he no longer has to rely solely on his next paycheck. That's where the direction starts to change. The first lesson of Rich Dad Poor Dad can be summed up like this. The rich don't just try to earn more money. They try to understand how money works, how to acquire assets, and how to gradually build financial independence. So the difference starts with how you think. But here's the trap a lot of people fall into after discovering these ideas. They think, I absolutely have to quit my job and become an entrepreneur. Not necessarily. The real question is, how can I gradually grow my financial freedom without wrecking my current stability? You can start small. Save. Cut unnecessary spending. Develop a skill. Invest according to your risk level and situation. Eventually build a side income. Then gradually reinvest. Next time you get paid, don't just ask, what can I buy with this money? Ask yourself these 3 questions instead. 1. How much of this money is going to disappear? 2. How much of it can build something? 3. How can I make part of my money produce value in the future? These 3 questions can completely change the way you look at your paycheck. You can earn 2,000 euros, 3,000 euros, 5,000 euros, 10,000 euros a month, and still stay trapped in the same system. Because wealth doesn't depend only on what comes into your account. It also depends on what you build with what comes in. So remember this line. Don't work only for money. Work also to learn how to make money work for you. And if you really want to get out of the rat race, don't just try to run faster. Build another road. In the next video, we'll look at an even more important idea. Why the rich teach financial literacy, and why earning a lot of money is absolutely not enough. See you soon.